Hello, boys and girls, and all the families that are out there watching. I am Miss Ogle, and I'm going to be reading to you today, Santa is Coming to Tennessee, written by Steve Smallman, illustrated by Robert Dunn and Juan Cali. Everybody ready for Santa to come? Well, boomed Santa, have all the children from Tennessee been good this year? Well, mostly, answered the little old elf as he bustled across the busy workshop to Santa's desk. Santa peered down at the elf behind the tall, teetering piles of letters that the children of Tennessee had sent him. Mostly? Asked Santa, looking over the top of his glasses. Yes, but they've all been especially good in the last few days, said the elf. Jolly good, chuckled Santa. Then we better get those presents loaded up. Even though the sack of presents was really big, and the elves were really small, they seemed to have no trouble loading it onto Santa's sleigh. Though how they managed to fit a big sack into one little sleigh, even they didn't know, but somehow they did. Splendid, boomed Santa. We're ready to go. Not quite, Santa, said the little old elf. One of our reindeer is missing. Missing? Which reindeer is missing? Asked Santa. The youngest one, Santa, said the elf. It's his first flight tonight. I've called him, but just then a young reindeer strolled up, munching on a large carrot. Where have you been? Asked Santa. But the youngest reindeer was crunching so loudly that it was no wonder he hadn't heard the little old elf calling. Oh well, never mind, said Santa, giving the reindeer a little wink. He took out his Santa nav and tapped in the coordinations for Tennessee. This will guide us to Tennessee in no time. Crunch, crunch, crunch. With a flick of the reins and a jerk of the harness, off they flew, racing through the sky. Ho, 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 laughed Santa. We'll soon have these presents delivered to the volunteer state. Santa's sleigh flew through the starry night, heading south across the Arctic Ocean. On they flew in the crisp wintry air, crossing over Canada. In the wink of an eye, the sleigh was flying above the Great Lakes and on over Kentucky. The youngest reindeer was so very excited, he had never been away from the North Pole before. They were just crossing Old Hickory Lake when suddenly they ran into a blizzard. Snowflakes swirled around the sleigh. They couldn't see a thing. The youngest reindeer was getting a little bit worried, but Santa didn't seem concerned. In 2 miles, said the Santa nav in a bossy lady voice, keep left at the next star. Man, Santa blustered, I can't see any stars in all this snow. Soon, they were hopelessly lost. Ding dong, ding dong. Then, through the howling blizzard, the youngest reindeer heard a faint ringing sound. Ding dong. He looked over at the old reindeer with the red nose, but he had his head down. Red nose. Who do you think that could be, boys and girls? Maybe. Ding dong, ding dong. There was the sound again, like church bells ringing. The youngest reindeer turned around to look at Santa, but Santa wasn't listening. He seemed to be arguing with the little box with buttons on it. With a flick of the harness and a jerk of the reins, the youngest reindeer gave a sharp tug and headed off toward the sound of the bells, pulling Santa in his sleigh behind him. "Whoa!" cried Santa, pulling his hat straight. "What's going on?" Then, to his surprise, he heard the ringing sound. "Well done, young reindeer," he shouted cheerfully. "It must be Belmont University, Bell Tower in Nashville. Don't worry, children, Santa is coming." Then suddenly, crunch! The sleigh hit something as it plummeted through the snow clouds. "You have arrived," said the Santa Nav unhelpfully. Finally, when the snow had died down and the clouds parted, Santa discovered exactly where they were, stuck right at the very top of the dome of the Tennessee State Capitol. "Everybody pull!" The reindeer pulled with all their might until at last, with a screeching noise, the sleigh scraped clear of the dome and Santa steered them safely across the rail tracks, past Vanderbilt University, over the Parthenon, and down into Centennial Park. Luckily, there was no real damage done, but the packages had all been jumbled up. Santa quickly sorted out the presents into order again. "All right," said Santa. "Thanks to the young reindeer, I know where we are now. Don't worry, children, Santa is coming." Santa drove his sleigh expertly from rooftop to rooftop all over Tennessee, popping in and out of chimneys as fast as he could. There were big chimneys in Memphis and small chimneys in Kingsport. He squeezed down thin chimneys in Chattanooga and plummeted down a fat chimney in Cookeville. The youngest reindeer was amazed at how quickly they went. Santa never seemed to get tired at all, and it looked like the children in Tennessee were going to be very lucky this year. But the youngest reindeer was starting to feel a bit weary and quite a bit hungry too. In house after house, Santa delved inside his sack for packages of every size and shape. He piled them under the Christmas trees and carefully filled up the stockings with surprises. In house after house, the good children of Tennessee had left out a plate of cookies, a small glass of milk, and a big crunchy carrot. Santa took a little bite of each cookie and a tiny sip of milk, wiped his beard, and popped the carrot sticks into his sack. There's all those cookies. What kind of cookies are you guys going to leave out? From Clarksville to Knoxville, from Dollywood to Graceland to Gallatin and all the places in between, Santa and his sleigh visited every house in Tennessee. Hey guys, does that look familiar to you? This right here, the Sun Spear? Santa delivered presents to Andrew, Allison, Anna, Arabella, Archie, Ashley. The list went on and on. Zach, Zara, Zeb, Zoe, Zabil. Now that is an interesting name for sure. Finally, Santa had delivered the last present on his long Tennessee list. "Great moons and stars," sighed Santa. "It's past midnight and my sack seems as heavy as ever. I hope I haven't forgotten someone." Santa opened his sack to check, but it was full of, what do you think it was full of? It was full of carrots. Santa divided the carrots among all the reindeer. "Well done," he said, patting the youngest reindeer gently on his nose. But the youngest reindeer didn't hear him. He was too busy munching. Then it was time to set off for home. Santa reset his Santa Nav one more time to the North Pole, and soon they were speeding along over the Lost Sea over the Appalachian Trail and out of the Great Smoky Mountains through the crisp, starry night. Ho, 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 laughed Santa. Merry Christmas, Tennessee. And Merry Christmas, Northview Primary STEM School. Hope to see you soon. Bye.